birthday in a couple of weeks, so there's a lot of Capricorns running around here.
You know what's kind of embarrassing?
What?
I was just asking you how old you are going to be in the break, and I literally forgot how old I'm going to be.
Well, you look you got great energy.
Which I think means I'm officially in my mid-30s.
Can I guess your age?
Yeah.
Whoa! Everybody's yelling in my ear.
Yeah, I mean, Google ruined all of it now. You can't lie about your age anymore.
We're all happy. We have Google.
Yeah, you know what? I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly happy with my age.
Great to have you here. Okay, so Dallas, Seattle this weekend. You know how I feel about Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson's the most underrated quarterback of my lifetime. I think he is a right-handed Steve Young, who I also think is one of the most underrated ever. But Steve Young played the position differently, so we didn't give him credit. And Russell Wilson plays it differently, so we don't give him credit. Colin, you're from Seattle. So what? You don't hear me talking about the Mariners. I don't play favorites. I don't give a rip where I'm from. I'm from Los Angeles. I bailed on the Rams 2 months ago. Okay? I criticized Kobe before. I'm from L.A. Who cares? Russell Wilson faces Dak Prescott this weekend, and it's going to be the classic example of what Bucky Brooks, a guest on the show, a former player, a former scout, when he talks about quarterbacks. Here's Bucky.
Quarterbacks come in two forms. They're either trucks or they're trailers. Meaning trucks, they can carry the team. It doesn't matter what they have around them. They can still find a way to get you to the winner's circle. Trailers are guys who have to depend on the rest of the pieces around them to really support them. The overwhelming majority of the league are trailers. It's just, do you have the people around you that can put the pieces in place that allow you to play at a high level?
This is the perfect example of a truck versus a trailer. Russell Wilson's a truck. He pulls average players. This year, Russell Wilson has taken a third-round receiver, Tyler Lockett, who was a slot receiver and a punt returner in college, and they basically set an NFL record. 70 targets, 57 catches, 10 picks, no interceptions, perfect passer rating happened once before in the history of the league. He also has a seventh-round running back and an undrafted receiver, Doug Baldwin. Those are his big stars. He's a truck. He is pulling a seventh-round running back, a rebuilt offensive line, a slot receiver, punt returner, and undrafted Doug Baldwin. You see the numbers. Now let's go to Dak, who was struggling mightily. And the Dallas Cowboys gave him a first-round Alabama-Oakland Pro Bowl wide receiver, Amari Cooper. Here's Dak pre- and post-Amari Cooper. Oh, wait a minute. Amari Cooper elevated Dak Prescott significantly. Folks, this is the definition of truck and trailer. It's called context. Context means let's add elements to the story to give it fiber, to give it truth. Now, Dak Prescott this weekend has a better front seven. The Cowboys are not rebuilding. They have a better roster. They're at home. He's got a first-round running back and a first-round receiver and a first-round left tackle and the best guard in football. And Russell Wilson will go on the road with an undrafted receiver, a third-round receiver, a seventh-round running back, and a rebuilt offensive line and one defensive star in the front seven. And my guess is Dallas will win the game. But this is the perfect example of truck and trailer. Russell Wilson is taking seventh-rounder, slot receiver, punt returner, undrafted, no Pro Bowlers up front, one defensive star, and he's going to carry them into Seattle. Again, just if you gave Dak Seattle's personnel and you gave Russell that defense and Zeke and Amari, Seattle would win the Super Bowl. Dallas probably just wins this game. So we talk about the truck trailer all the time on this show. That is the perfect example of it. I do think Dallas wins this game. I think Seattle deserves massive applause for getting to this game. I feel there's two teams in the NFL playoffs, one in the NFC, Seattle, and one in the AFC, the Colts, who are way ahead of schedule. That are going to have another good, Russell Wilson's going to be great for another 6 years. Luck's going to be good for another 6-7 years. They got a bunch of good young players, and they're going to be fine. They got good head coaches. But Seattle and Indianapolis, if they win this weekend, it is because of Luck and Russell Wilson. Because those guys are trucks. They are pulling a lot of kids. I mean, that Indianapolis Colts team, their three best players outside of Luck, two are rookies. I mean, and this Seattle team is Bobby Wagner, Russell Wilson, and people Russell's elevating. And that's not the knock on Doug Baldwin. He's one of the most, maybe that is the best hands in the NFL. Tyler Lockett's a speed guy. I'm not criticizing the Seattle players, but you give them Blake Bortles, and you don't know who they are. You're not. I mean, this thing with Russell Wilson and Tyler Lockett's unbelievable. They have an 81% completion percentage when Russell throws to him. 10 touchdowns, no picks, 14 yards a catch, and a passer rating that's, perfect. 158.3. Okay. I got a couple things. Buy, sell, or hold next hour. Joy, everybody's talking about, you got to expand college football. We got to have an 8-team playoff. I mean, you just have to. It's just totally unfair. I mean, you got to have 8 teams. I'm done with that. This college football year has been the greatest advertisement for what we have been pushing for, which is fewer, not more teams at the end of the year vying for the national title. That and Russell Westbrook goes delusional again. He's in L.A. tonight to play the Lakers. Hour 2 next, The Herd.